Hello friends, in this video we are gonna create a sign up form with the form validation using JavaScript so that user can validate the form. We can validate the form in the user end. So let's see. Let's create a sign up form. So here I have a folder sign up form. Here I am creating a file index.html. So let's write the code for sign up form. Here HTML tag, head tag and body tag. Here I am creating a form tag and let's create two div tags here. We will see why we are creating this. Here we need a span tag and I am writing here email because this div tag is for email field, and input tag. Input type is email and BR, and here I am creating a label. Here we have to give the message to the user that your email is invalid. Now this is for example. Now as a template we will give here value at dynamic time, not like this. So for example we are giving this. Now same for the password field. Let's copy this so your time will not waste. So here I am creating this for password, and password and type will also password, and let's write some message here like invalid password. Once again we are not gonna write like this. This is for just example. Now let's see how our form is looking like. So this is our form. We are going to apply some CSS in this. So I am creating the direct style tag here. You can also link the CSS file. Here I am giving to here. Let's give the class to this divs. Here form underscore field, same to the another div of the password field. Here form field I am copying this class name so we cannot mistake here. So this is for the class, so we have to use the dot if you watched my CSS lectures. So dot and let's give this border 1 pixel solid red. This is for just some examples. We are not going to create our form like this. Now let's give this divs width 400 pixel will be right, maybe. So 400 pixels. Now we can create a line break here so you can see the difference here, email and password. So our form is like this. Let's create some space between email and password divs. So you can write like margin and bottom 5 pixel, and let's refresh this so you can see this. Now you can also increase this size. Now if you write some text here, you don't want to see you don't want to make user to see like this. Now you can increase the size of the input tag by size equal to something 40, and here also in the password field 40. This will increase your inputs width. So this. Now you can also make the width here so user can easily click here or here or here. So if we give the font size, you can see our font size is so small, so 20 pixel, and save and refresh. So font size is increased. Now you can give this input this form field some background color. Let's increase the height of this form field by height 80 pixel, and I'm saving this and refreshing this. Now let's increase some height of the input tag also. Now you can directly write input if you are giving CSS to tags. Height is equal to 40 pixel, and let's refresh the browser. So this is looking something good. You can also increase the width something like height is something 90 pixel, and let's see the browser. So this is our something form, and let's choose some color, UI color picker. You can choose any website of these. So here you can get some good colors. Let's copy this, and here I am giving the background color to the form field. You will see something different. You can also give the background color in this input tag. We will see our form will look good at last. You can apply the CSS of your choice. This, and you can hide the border of input tag, border none, and here let's refresh. Now you can see our form. You can also increase the font size of this because it is looking too small. Font size, and font size 20 pixel will be good. And you can also hide this border, when you click on this blue border, by outline hide or outline none. And let's refresh this. So you can see our input field is increased because we are increasing the size of font. So it will take more size to write the 40 characters. So you can decrease this to 30 or 35. Here also 35, and let's go in the browser, and you can click here. You can also increase the width something else. Here I am clicking here. So this is good. Now let's hide this border red, and also let's remove this message. We will give this message at the run time, so I am removing this. We also need a button. So button, here sign up. Let's see the button is too small. You can also give some changes to button. So here button width, here I am giving the width to 50 pixel something, and this is getting small, so I need more width, 100 pixel. So this, and also let's give this height to 40 pixel. Now this, let's align this. Let's give this margin to 200 pixel, and this is something disaster. Margin left, you have to give the margin left only. Let's refresh this. So this is our button. Now let's decrease some width, some margin. So our form is looking something good. You can also align this form to the center by, here we have, let's create this style for form tag, and let's give this width to 300 pixel and here margin to 0 and auto. So let's refresh this. So you can see our form is at the center. Now let's give some other things, some few things, not so much. So here I am giving the body to background color. Let's choose some background color from here again. This will be good. So I am pasting this color here. Now let's refresh the browser. Our form is looking quite good, and let's give only the last thing here, which is some heading. So sign up form and align this to center. Now its default color is black, so our background color is also something black, so you can give here something white color. Now let's refresh this. Now this is our form. Now we are gonna give the functionality to the form validation. If you write here this and something here, it will be acceptable. Here I didn't give any action, so it is not performing any action. And here you can see this message. This message is because you give the type email. This type email is a good functionality to the HTML before. So we will also apply email some different form validation and to password also, just like max length, min length. You can also give max length here also, like you only want the password of 8 characters length. Now if we refresh this browser and I write this, so I'm not able to write any more after the 8 length of characters. Now let's link this JavaScript file. src is equal to js and index.js. So here I am creating a JS folder, and inside JS I am going to create an index.js file. Now we want this email. Let's give some ID here, email, and let's give the ID to password also. And let's give this email label ID, that is email label, and this label to password label. ID is equal to password label. Now let's move to index.js file. Here let's get the email field by document.get element by ID. Here I have email, and where password is equal to document.get element by ID password. Also we are getting the email label by document.get element by ID, which is email label, and also password label and document. We are gonna perform something with these variables. So password label. Now if someone submit this form, we have to, or someone and enter in this form, like we are entering something, so we want the validation at the run time. So here I have to apply email.onKeyUp. OnKeyUp is you are pressing some key. Now here I am assigning this function email email validation, and I am creating this function email validation. Now here, if email dot value, now here you want some regex, and you cannot easily create regex in Google. You can easily find regex for anything. Now you can search here email validation regex regex for JavaScript. Now you can also find solutions here in different ways also. So here this is some regex, and I am going to copy this. You have to copy this because you cannot create this. So I am copying this, and here you are pasting this and dot test, and you have to pass the email dot value. You can also make this to lowercase. Let's give the value here for now. Value. Now this will test if email dot value is matching this regex. If this is matching this regex, then email is validated, email is correct. Now for now, let's alert something email correct and return this, because when we write return, the function gets stopped. We cannot come after the if block. So alert if block will not run, so email incorrect. Now this is gonna check every time when you key up the mouse on email. So let's refresh this, and I key up, and immediately here we got the message that email is incorrect. Now we want this message inside the label. So you can write here email label dot inner HTML is equal to invalid email, and let's save this, and I'm refreshing this. So I am writing this, and once we write the correct email, you can see here email correct. Now you can say, because this is co, the email is not correct. That's not, co is also in the domain, that will be correct. Now if the email is correct, this should be removed. This invalid email message should be removed. So here we do that email label dot inner HTML is equal to nothing. So let's refresh this, and we are writing here and gmail.com. So you can see when our email is correct, the message is hide. So you can also change the background color when email is incorrect, like red. So let's have this form field. So we have form field as a class. So form field document dot get element by class name, here form underscore field. Now if email is invalid, form field of 0, because here we are getting two elements, because form field is also this and this, so we are getting the array of two elements. So we want to change the background color of the first element. Style dot form field dot style dot background color. So here you have to pass this in a string here, so you can see the background color. Now you want the background color inside this also, so here I am choosing some good color. Let's copy some light color, this color, and you can also give the background color to the email field, email dot style dot background color, and we have copied the color and here also. So let's refresh our page. Now you can see our email field. When email is invalid, the background color is red. Now when email is valid, the background color should change to before also, as like before. Now here you can write some code when email is correct. So form field of 0 dot style dot background color to, here we have given the background color, we are giving the same color here, so I'm copying this color and here I'm pasting this, and also to the email field, email dot style dot background color, and here I'm pasting the same color. Now let's go to the browser and explore this. Now I'm writing something here, our email is invalid, so this message is coming, and when I write some correct code, you can see our email is now valid. So this is something email validation you can do, and you can also do something when our email field is empty. This should not show any message like invalid email because there is no email. So on key up, if email dot value is nothing, email dot value is nothing, so you want to apply this same CSS and this, and you can also write at last return, and let's come here again, and I'm writing this message and this email, and when I you can also remove the invalid email message here by this. Let's give this line in the upside, so this will work for both also. Now this is the email validation and it is working correctly. You can do what is now your code or your logic may be something different from this. You can also create a better code from this if you want, because everyone's mind is different, but this is something you can use, and you can use some things from this code. Now let's move to the password validation, how we are going to validate the password. Now I am using password here in a simple validation. You can use something different. I am just validating the password by its length. So password dot on key up and password. You can give more good colors in the fields, not like me because my colors are not good as me. So here password validation, and let's do some password validation. Now when someone will key up on the password, this function is going to run, so you have to check like this. If let's copy this line, because you have to empty the password label every time when someone key up on this. Now if password dot value is equal to value dot length. You can say value dot length is equal to 0. So you can also use 0 here, dot length. As I said, your code may be something different. So if password dot value dot length is equal to 0, you want something like this. I hope you are understanding my logic. If not, you can comment and ask me. I will tell you the solution. Now this form field is 1, and here you want to style password field. Now this, and if password dot value dot length is less than 6, you want minimum 6 length, 6 characters. So you can write the message here like this, is if less than 6, or you can write here if not less than. So let's do this, if less than 6. If this is less than 6, you want this invalid password, or you can write message here that password must contain 6 characters. Now you can write here else. If it is greater than 6, or you can also write here, you can also check the condition here. If the password dot value dot length is greater than 6, or password dot value dot length is greater than 6, and you can remove this condition, because if it's not gonna run, this will of course gonna run. So you can remove this condition, remove this condition. Now let's see how our code is working. So if I write here password, here I am giving this email label, so you have to write here password label. This is the disadvantage of copying and pasting the code. You have to write everything as a beginner. So here password, I hope I did right. So here something working so differently. Now let's see here what is working not. Here this is 1. Now let's go again. Now you can see this is working good, but this message is not showing because we written the variable name incorrect. So now this is working good. I am writing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now when the password is 6 characters, our message is showing if you want this equal to 6, you want at least 6 character, you can use this if else method. Now here when I write 6 characters, 3 4 5 6, this message is gone. Now this is the trick you can use at the run time, which will make user experience better. This type of validation make the user experience better. They don't have to wait for click on the sign up button and check if the email is valid or not, if my password is gonna wrong or not. You can use other conditions for form validation, like here you can write condition like if password dot value dot includes some symbols or something like that. So you can use that methods also. This is the basic idea how you can make the form validation at the user end. And you have to write required here in the HTML fields. Here I used here you can write required, because if you don't write required, you have to check the condition if this is empty or not. You can write required, so that if you submit the form, like if we write the correct email, if you submit the form, this will ask that this, please fill out this field. This is because you written the required keyword in the input tag. So you can use this. If you like the video, if you liked my way of form validation, you can subscribe my channel, you can share this video to others. Thank you guys.